What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. For those of you who grew up on 90s hip hop rap music, you remember a song Tupac put out. In the chorus, it said, "That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. Changes, that's just the way it is. Things will never be the same." You know, as much as we talk about relationships, and y'all might as well go ahead and put this one on speed this one up to 1.5 if you want to hear it fast, because I'm just giving my thoughts today. As much as we talk about relationships, we can really add any subject into this idea that changes have come in our society and it's not going back. Things will never be the same. Not all, for an example, not all women, but some women have come on social media and they have said that they want the kind of love that grandpa gave grandma. And I think what they're saying is they seen their grandfather go out and work, provide, break his back, bring the money home to his wife. She took care of the house. They lived, and what I think it's the time length. If we are honest, I think it's the length of time and then the respect that we saw between the two that's really pushing that thought. Because we're dealing with the old school mentality. So any struggles and problems that they had, the children would have never known about it. If grandfather was creeping, the town knew, but the children would not know. And then if you stay together for 60 years and the woman is always being respectful, grandma's always being respectful to grandpa, and the only time grandpa is disrespectful is if he's drunk, then it's easy to look at that situation and say, I want the kind of love, quote unquote, provision that grandma had, that grandpa was able to provide. And then in 2025, kind of suggests that you want that same kind of love. That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. Remember that. Because on the flip side of that, grandma, for the most part, was not working and raising. Y'all know how many kids your grandma had. Am I too high by saying 12, 13 kids? Most of our grandmothers had 12, 13 kids. Yeah. Most of our a lot of our grandfathers had 6 kids outside the marriage. Right? So we're gonna leave that part out. Nowadays we're gonna say men always cheating. I want the kind of love grandma had. Most of the grandmas had 10 plus kids, and the grandfather had another 6 or 7 outside of the house that the whole town knew about, that they had to ignore. And they all went to church together. Nobody want to talk about that though, right? That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. Grandma had 10 kids getting work. Grandpa's out in the field taking care of another man's farm, land, property, janitor. My grandfather was a janitor on my mom's side, keeping somebody else's businesses, schools, banks clean, trying to make a living. Grandma's at the house making sure that 10 kids and the man got something to eat. making sure that there's clothes on 10 kids' back, making sure that the blankets are washed, making sure that because you can't keep buying new clothes every summer like we do nowadays when the kids go back to school. You know, even back in the 90s when I was coming up, first week of school, everything I had on, I wanted to be fresh. Yeah, yeah. My parents were just middle class. My mom was going through nursing school and my dad was in the military. So my mom wasn't even a nurse yet. She was working at Burger King when I was, I think, a freshman, eighth, ninth grade. Yeah. So I didn't have 5 brand new pair of shoes, but I tried to cut grass and do what I could in the summertime. I had, 3 or 4. That's back when British Knights was out, and y'all remember Champs? We should call them Champs. Them shoes came out. Yeah. But grandma's taking care of 10 kids and granddad. Men in holes in clothes. They couldn't afford to get new stuff every school year. Got to wear the same thing last year. Pants a little high water, that's fine. We'll let the hem out of it. Go get big brother pants and then you put them on. I'll put him in it. That's what they had to do. She had to keep the house clean. Yeah, you seen the movies, grandma on the porch. She's sweeping the dust off the porch with the old straw brush, with the old straw broom. She dust going back and forth, dust going up. She keeping it clean. Grandma. She ain't really have time to go out and get her nails and hair done. Somebody might come over every once in a while and do her hair, but even when they were done, she's put her wig back on. Grandma. That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. She took care of the man. He came home. Guess who the first one to eat? Knowing he running around town with a girl y'all used to go to school with. Knowing he running around town with Sally Mae niece because she's 20 years younger. And she is cute. Guess who ate first? I ain't saying it's right. I'm saying that's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. Changes. Grandpa sit down at the table. He eat first. He went out, made the money, came home, gave the money to grandma. Grandma went to the marketplace, got the eggs, got the molasses, got the biscuits. Yeah. I mean, they might have had chickens already in the yard running around, so she may not have get no eggs, but she went down and got some jam, some molasses. Yeah. Other things, some trimmings to make sure he had good breakfast in the morning, a thermos full of coffee, and off he go. And the women say, now I want that kind of love. And the same women that say they want that kind of love is complaining because now they have to raise 2 kids, not 10. I ain't picking on nobody. I'm saying, if you listen, I'm saying that's just the way it is. Think about it. And what I'm saying, you may not like it, but is it true? Have you seen it in your own life? Grandma raised 10 plus kids, didn't go to work, did everything from sewing to bathing to mending, everything concerning that house she did. Pay the bills. Grandpa just put the money on the table. And if it wasn't enough, he knew he had to go get his truck out and help somebody move or move a car here to there or go, collect cans, collect bottles, whatever he had to do, go humble himself and work for the man, ask for a couple extra hours to try to make ends meet. Now, you got 2 kids and you on Instagram complaining because you got 2 kids that your husband won't get up and help you give them a bath, and yet he expects you, after you worked all day just like he did, to still have the energy to get in the bed and play. Okay, okay. You see the difference? Grandma didn't work, took care of 10. The modern woman works taking care of 2 or 3 and now is complaining. I'm not saying the man shouldn't do that part. I'm talking about the difference. Do we see the difference? Do we see the difference? Every good man I know have no problem helping children with their homework. Every good man I know have no problem getting their kids into the bathtub. And remember that you're talking about a young age. So you're talking about when the kids up to what, 6, maybe 7. After that, they can. All you do is put the clothes. They know how to get dressed. They know how to go take a bath. They know how to wipe their behind. So we're not even talking about. We're just talking about a limited amount of time, and we want to act like it's for 20 years. I've been doing everything. Stop. That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. Want the kind of love grandma got? Pay attention to what grandma did. And remember, grandpa wasn't perfect. They just didn't say nothing. He had a whole lot more kids than what you saw around the house. But anyway, I just want to come on and talk about a little bit. That was on my mind. A song came to my mind, and I said, you know what? That's showing up the truth. Things will never be the same. We're not going back. It keeps going and going and going and going and going. And in 30 more years, they're going to be complaining about something else. It's just the way it is. And I'm not just talking about women, men as well. We have our own complaints. And in 30 years, we're going to be talking about something else. Things will never be the same. So if you got somebody that you love, and if you got somebody that you know loves you, or you even think or feel that they may love you, I'd hold on to them. I'd hold on to them. It ain't gonna get better. It ain't gonna get better. We all flawed, and if grandma and grandpa, if the grandma and grandpa type of love taught us anything, is that you just better hang. You better hang together. You better hang together. Because I'm sure grandma had stuff on her mind that she didn't like. I'm sure grandpa had stuff on his mind that he didn't like. I'm sure the situation wasn't always pristine and excellent. And 50 years later, we in the same boat now. Everybody got something on their mind that they don't like. If you feel like, I bet you grandma felt like she was loved though. I bet you grandpa knew who loved him. Let's get in the comments if you want. Let's talk about it. That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. Y'all be good.